On one side there's a footpath this wide with a handrail, and on the other side, towards the edge of your boat, there's absolutely nothing.
We need to paddle straight, which is really important, so the people that are steering need to be really careful.
So obviously this isn't a particularly normal section of DofE.
That if you weren't listening to instruction and you were to lean over too far, you would fall off, and it would be fatal.
So we're gonna go in like a chain of all of our groups going along together.
I think it's going to be really fun. I think there are going to be some really nice views and it'll just be a really good experience.
This is something that Malvern really excels at. Not many other schools can boast that their students get to go across.
I can't think of a school that does it better and allows our pupils to challenge themselves in such an independent but also self-determined way.
We're paddling over an aqueduct. It's the only one in the UK of that height where you can paddle across. On one side there's a safety rail and a tow path. On the other side is a sheer drop.
What if you actually go on that side?
Well, it's got sides that are about this high, so the boat can't fall off of it.
Okay.
But you can just look over the side and look right to the bottom.
Lots of people take canal boats over it every year, lots of people paddle across it every year, but it is something that school groups rarely do because you need an element of skill acquisition in the boat to be able to control the boat, but more so you need pupils that you can fully trust to listen to advice and do exactly as the experienced instructors around them are asking of them.
Yeah, looking forward to it. It's going to be some good fun. Nice little change to being in school, and yeah, it should be a good week.
Today we're packing to get ready for the canoe to make sure we have everything and that we're able to eat and sleep during the trip.
Been working over for this over the course of the year, doing our volunteering, our skill and our activity. So the skill could range from doing CCF to making origami in a classroom and giving it to members of the Malvern community.
We're packing up our barrels. Our food isn't really fitting, so that's proving quite a challenge, and I've lost my sunglasses, so we need to get our kit in order.
The rest of the DofE was pretty nice. I mean, I've done sports and skills and volunteering. So I've done badminton for my sport and piano for my skill.
We are just waiting for the last few pupils to arrive, and then they're going to have their brief from Mr. Watts about what's going to happen over the next couple of days.
This morning we're preparing our Year 10 pupils to go out on their end of year DofE Silver expedition. They do 2 expeditions back to back. And both in Wales, and we move them from one expedition area to another expedition area. It's a fantastic way for what is a fantastic year group to finish off their academic year with a really challenging set of expeditions. All of the Malvern qualities will be writ large, of course, collaboration because they're working in teams, but they're going to have to take a risk. They're going to have to be open-minded perhaps about the routes they take and how they sort out problems. They'll need to be kind to each other as well. And those are some of the skills that we see through this year group already, and every year group, but particularly I think this year group.
So you've taken a head torch, you've got spare batteries, you've got a hat. Do you need sunglasses?
No, I haven't.
You have your own? Lovely. Do you need waterproof trousers?
No, I haven't.
Perfect. You've definitely got your own waterproof ones, yeah?
Yeah.
1, 2. Sun caps, please, on your heads. I can see all of them. Well done. Rules are very important for this kind of expedition because of the sheer quantity of people that we have coming with us. And in order to keep everyone safe and everyone happy and having a good time, we need to know what's happening everywhere, all the time. Nutrition. Yummy.
2, 4, 6, 8.
We're canoeing, supping or biking in those areas. Today is a training day. We're going to do all this faff here this morning, and then around 11 o'clock you're going to jump in a coach and we're going to go to South Wales, where you'll spend the afternoon doing your training. This is Glanusk Estate. It is now a fully functioning campsite. You're going to learn how to paddle, forward, back, left, right, how to get on, how to get off, and very importantly, what to do if your boat goes upside down, i.e. stopping yourself from drowning, and then, less importantly, but still useful to know, getting your boat out of the canal.
I'm having fun.
If I want to move the boat forward, am I going to pull the water or push the water? Pull. You're going to pull the water.
Hold the top, put it in front of you, pull backwards.
We've just practiced canoeing for our real DofE, which starts tomorrow. We've learned how to not fall in, basically. Safety skills you need when you're doing something like this.
So we're just getting some tents up. These you guys haven't used these tents before, have you? No, so it's the first time they're doing them. So we're just figuring out the tents have got an inner and an outer. These tents pitch outer first with the poles going into the pole channels. They're just figuring out which poles go in which channels.
How to read coordinates on a map. Cool. So, do you want to show the group what you do? Point to our location on the map.
Go across, the bottom one is always first. So you put your fingers together and follow, and then you find roughly where we are.
Well, they call it the countryside code, so it's all about kind of looking after the countryside.
What do you think happens if I screw the gas canister in with this without checking this?
Gas comes out.
It might come out.
Yeah, it'll just go over. Gas will just start squirting out of the canister. So we always check that that's nice and tight before we do it up.
Hi, it's Pink Team. Daisy's fallen and cracked her head open. We're at grid reference 182195 SO. SN. Right. Done.
Was you happy with that?
Tell your staff member you're all okay.
Today we've learned how to go in a canoe, and I'm looking forward to going on the proper expedition in the canoe because I think it's going to be pretty fun.
We've also learned how to put up a tent. Took us a while, but we got there in the end. Learning how to read a map.
Today we were learning about how to map grid reference maps. We were learning about how to call in case we get in trouble. We were learning about how to radio and when to radio. We also learned what would happen if we flipped our canoe.
I really enjoyed practicing our canoeing. We've gotten on the water and we've done some paddling. I really like paddling.
DofE at Malvern College is the best because it is fun, it's phenomenally well organised. They learn all sorts of transferable skills. They learn to get on together. They learn the resilience to get on when things are getting tough. They learn practical skills like actually how to cook, how to camp, and they learn to have fun and behave like children.
I think the main challenges they face, there's a lot of unpredictability for them. There's a lot of new things. There's a whole load of skills that they've never kind of really encountered before, and it's just coming at them constantly. So having the kind of flexibility and resilience to be able to adapt to each new thing that comes their way.
DofE is really important to future employers because it actually shows the resilience that a child can exhibit and work through quite complex challenges, and also work with other people, and it actually shows their ability to integrate with adults as well as their coaches and things like that, and also allows them to really clearly demonstrate their ability to work in an open environment which they're not familiar with, and actually really adapt to it.
Yeah, it's been quite hot, really stuffy, buggy in the tent. But and the second that the Koreans woke up, everybody else was awake, and we woke up at 4:30 this morning.
They've got 8 minutes before they're going, but this is better for the young people to be sat here now ready so they can make the most of their day on the canal today.
What did it take? I might just get a building attendant. The night was really good. Definitely weren't made to wake up at 3 a.m.
So we've been paddling for about an hour. This is the first checkpoint, and now we're having our breakfast. We've got our ration packs, got our morning oats with raspberries, and I've got some golden syrup in there as well to make it a bit tastier.
Okay, so this is where you started this morning, up here. Come down here, and you see here there's a road coming across, and this is where the swing bridge is. It's marked on the map. Like you quite rightly said, you travelled nearly 4 kilometres, which is pretty good working out. Because it's going to be a really, really hot day today, the first group got on the water and left at 5 o'clock this morning. We're having to keep an eye on their water levels and keep sure that we're doing a unit count of how much water they've had, and we're just keeping an eye on that and reporting that at each checkpoint as they go through.
So the boys are just stopping, we're putting some more sun cream on. It's 8 a.m. and it already feels like it's about 25 degrees. It's not quite that hot yet, but it's meant to get up to 30 degrees today, so we're making sure the boys are plenty hydrated and plenty sun creamed up.
It's quite fun, yeah. We particularly like when we stop going on the canoe and get to sit around in the campsite.
Last night it was a bit rough, it was pretty warm, and all the tents were quite close together. So it was quite rough, you could hear everyone, but we did manage to get to sleep, and this morning we woke up really early.
It's been a really good experience, and I think we've come a long way, because on the first day we took a lot of time just to do a few kilometres. Now I've done 10k in 3 hours, which is really good.
We moved up to the Llangollen Canal last night for the qualifier part of the expedition. We're in really, really hot conditions today. It's going to be 30 degrees later on, so we've changed the schedule around a little bit. The pupils have had to get up, the earliest of them at 4 a.m. this morning, and we've got them on the water at 5 o'clock. The aim of that is that by the time we get to 12 o'clock, all the pupils will be in the camp, in the shade, relaxing, and we're not going to have anybody on the water in 30-degree heat getting sick. These guys are doing really, really well. They had a rough start this morning, like difficult to get up at 4 a.m. and get your tents packed and get your breakfast eaten and get ready to be on the water. So that was a challenge, but we got through it.
Hazards of DofE. Started the day with a flat tyre. Well, started the trip with a flat tyre. Tried to fix it. This is what we're left with.
Right now we're at our last checkpoint before we get to camp, and it's going quite well, to be honest. We're working better as a team, I think.
The last checkpoint!
Yeah! Our biking team today have been kind of operating independently to the canoes and the paddleboards. So we've gone off on a 25-kilometre route on some of the lovely kind of single track roads that we've got around here. We visited a marina to fill up our water when it got too hot, and now we're back to camp.
Been hot and unpleasant, but team morale is high, so we've all just stuck together, played guitar, sang songs. Mr. Watts very kindly put out a hose for us, so we were able to just wash ourselves and just have a nice unofficial shower, but it was a good wash.
I think for the green team, we tried to get in like a big pattern, so that we could just like keep going really quickly, rather than if we're all like out of sync, then it's harder to get momentum going forward, and then it makes us just quicker. And we did 3.8 kilometres in 55 minutes, which, as far as I'm concerned, is pretty good.
It worked out that working as a team really worked out, because if only like a few people paddle, then it's really bad. And yeah, teamwork is the main key for getting really fast and getting in a rhythm.
What's great about doing it with the school is that we do it as a really big expedition, so they've now had 3 days with staff helping them do it, and now we're definitely starting to see that independence with the tents going up before we've asked, and in the morning their pack and down times are getting really, really efficient.
We were on the stand-up paddleboard today, and it was very relaxing because once you get momentum you kind of float along a bit, but our board was being a bit annoying, so we had to give it a good paddle to get going, but otherwise it was good.
Skills they've learnt in training that have been sort of transferred today are actually the eating and actually needing to sort of provide nutrition for themselves. Very much it's been noticeable that they've been consistently hydrating, they've been consistently putting sun cream on, and unlike sort of other trips that I've been on in the past where kids have got sunburnt and they've got dehydrated, they've really looked after themselves and they've needed very little guidance to keep themselves on track.
Today we're going on a 24-kilometre canoe ride.
So it's going to take most of the day.
We've got all our barrels with our clothes and all our personal things, and we've also got our tents, loads of water, and
food barrels.
All our food, yeah.
This is the spare usually.
Okay.
We don't have.
Float to the other side. We can't leave you yet because you'll catch yellow immediately. But float to the other side. You ready to go?
Thank you very much.
Have a great day.
Thank you so much. In the trailer, obviously, I have my blue bag, which has all the stuff I need for these past 5 days. So it has all my clothes, my toiletries, some extra food.
Kind of similar day and distance to yesterday. So we're looking at about 26 kilometres, so it's a couple extra. We've got about 250 metres of ascent.
When turning on from a junction onto a main road or any road, you say all aboard to make sure every single person has made it onto the road.
We're going to start off with some more really quiet kind of single track roads like we finished yesterday on. Then a little bit later it's going to get a bit busier.
16 kilometres in, and it's been going all right. There have been a few ups and downs with a few bike problems, but we've gone past them.
It's been a good day so far. I think we've been pushing ourselves quite good, and we've been going at a good pace, getting ahead of time.
It's been our best day so far. We're almost going double the speed we were on average.
I've been able to leave them for a kilometre or two at a time without even seeing them. So giving them that kind of independence to make their own decisions and feel like they've kind of been left alone by the staff. We've had areas of busier roads and road junctions, so I've obviously been kind of supervising them from a distance or closer depending on the junction to make sure that they are navigating them safely and getting where they need to get to without causing any problems.
So we just paddled over an aqueduct, and now we're going into a really big tunnel. And then on the other side is our campsite for tonight. It's been our longest day on the water, so quite tired, but it's been really good fun.
Raf, where are we?
We're on the aqueduct right now.
Yeah. Beautiful. About to go into the tunnel.
Here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun, and I say.
It was really fun. It was so fun.
It was singing the whole way.
I love the singing. I just think it is so. I was just thinking that I was sort of reflecting on what sort of youth should be about, and it's absolutely lovely seeing them working together in a group. Brilliant.
If to be totally honest, it didn't feel like 24 kilometres or however long it was. It felt more manageable than that.
Many people are still quite motivated. I mean, loads of people are running around, talking to other people, having fun. I mean, we're playing chess.
There's a lot of skills that we work out in the DofE expedition, like leadership, teamwork, confidence in yourself, map reading, that's an important one, so you know where you are. Then doing everything in the moment you need to do it, not waiting minutes. So there's a lot of stuff we learn here in DofE.
Yeah, so we're on day 5 today, which is actually the longest distance in paddling the pupils will do. But a lot of them have got into like a state of like flow and rhythm with the expedition this morning. They have to get up 2 hours before their leave time, and every single group was ready half an hour before today, which is absolutely amazing. Their paddling today on the water has been great. They've understood what they're doing at checkpoints. The bikers have been taking less breaks and getting more of a kind of rhythm with going uphill and when to stop. So they've linked it all together now. All the training and the day in the heat yesterday has all come together with you, so it's a really big positive day today.
We're paddling over an aqueduct which is around 45 metres high. It's the only one in the UK of that height where you can paddle across. On one side there's a safety rail and a tow path. On the other side is a sheer drop. that if you weren't listening to instruction and you were to lean over too far, you would fall off, and it would be fatal. Lots of people take canal boats over it every year. Lots of people paddle across it every year, but it is something that school groups rarely do, because you need an element of skill acquisition in the boat to be able to control the boat. But more so, you need pupils that you can fully trust to listen to advice and do exactly as the experienced instructors around them are asking of them. And that's why we're able to go across it safely. We understand our pupils very well. We spend a lot of time with them. Our pastoral staff here, who will see them in the house as well as lessons, are able to give insight to the freelance instructors who don't know them as well. How each person works, how we can help them with some of their behaviour and management if they're having it. So that allows us to paddle across.
We've got the final challenge of our expedition coming up now, Silver DofE. We're about to cross the aqueduct, the highest in the UK. Almost all the groups are here. We're waiting on a few more. And then in a minute, they're all going to go across together. We're going to ferry them all over in a single line.
So we're going to go in like a chain of all of our groups going along together.
I think it's going to be really fun. I think there are going to be some really nice views, and it'll just be a really good experience.
We need to paddle straight, which is really important. So the people that are steering need to be really careful. And yeah, that's about it.
It's really big and kind of scary because I have a fear of heights. But it's not as bad because there's like this really pretty river that you get to see. On the way back, it's better than on the way forward.
So obviously this isn't a particularly normal section of DofE. This is something that Malvern really excels at. Not many other schools can boast that their students get to go across Llangollen Aqueduct.
We were planning on having some nice views, and then it's going to be pretty scary. I think it sort of went over our expectations.
We stuck together, which was quite good. And the view was really nice.
Yeah, it was really nice. It's kind of scary though, to be fair. Yeah.
We were quite nervous at first. We couldn't really imagine what would be underneath it, how tall it would be, what it would look like. But I think with teamwork and just pushing along the side, it went really well. It was really cool.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's very
brilliant. Yeah. It's been fun, but it's going to be even more fun getting home and then being able to sleep in our own beds and eat proper food.
I think DofE at Malvern is done in a little bit of a different way. So at other places I've worked, there's certainly been a sense of a little bit of suffering is good for you and it's character building. And I think that's true to a point, but I've also seen a lot of pupils in the past at other places be put off the outdoors by finding it a little bit boring. It's the same thing over and over again. The distances are really quite far, the kit is out of date and it's quite heavy and outdated. The places don't use technology like the adults do around them, and that's just not how young people interact anymore. At Malvern, all our DofE expeditions are run by choice, so they choose DofE and then they choose how they expedition, so in what mode of transport. So they can canoe, kayak, sup, bike, walk, horse ride, mountain bike, any of those choices, and we make it work. We find when pupils have made those choices, they're much more likely to buy into the process. They're with their friends that they've chosen in a group, and they're in a mode of transport that they've chosen as something they want to give themselves a challenge with. It puts them in a place where they are willing to learn rather than just being pushed to walk long distances over hills with heavy bags. Of course, it's not a holiday. The expeditions bring lots of challenges for the pupils, and there is a small element of suffering to come with it, cold, hungry, whatever. But it's done in such a way that the pupils are supported in the background by us, but enabled to develop themselves and a sense of achievement at the end. Yeah, so it's mostly, I think, the reason I'd say we're better, the element of choice, the strong staff team we have with every single staff member is qualified. in the area that they're covering, be it that paddling, cycling or walking, supported by a strong teaching staff body who come along and help on the expedition as well, you know, some maybe a little bit more of the pastoral side. They're surrounded by a team of people who love the outdoors, love what they're doing, and hopefully we can pass that on to the pupils, and I think we have.